Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biochemistry 1 for the fall of 2023. I made this video so I can show you how I use Canvas in our course, and hopefully that will help you find the resources that I've posted there. So to get to Canvas, I usually start from the Providence College homepage, like I have here, and then I click on the PC menu. I go to My PC, and there's a link right here to Canvas. So this takes me directly to my Canvas site. And you can see I have some published courses and some unpublished courses. I have published our course for biochemistry. So let's go ahead and click on that. And I've set the syllabus page to be the home page. So if you clicked on the home page and the syllabus page, they're the same because that's how I set it up. So the syllabus will welcome you to the course. So I will invite you to read what I have posted here. If you click here, you will get a PDF copy of the syllabus in its entirety. I'm also going to provide you with a bound copy of a manual, and in that manual, there will also be a copy of the syllabus, so you don't need to print this out. This is also the schedule for the course, so if you'd like to take a look at that, that's just a one-page document. I don't have a link to my schedule here because I don't know it, but as soon as I know my schedule, there'll be a link right here that has my schedule. So if you can't make office hours and you want to meet with me, that's when you should find out that when I'm free. Just to make the syllabus a little easier to navigate, I've split it up. So for example, this is just the course information and course goals. So this just takes you to that portion of the syllabus. So you can go ahead and read that, and when you get to the bottom, it'll say back to syllabus. And you can get to the next sections if you just want to know what are the assessments. You can do that. So again, what I've done is I've sort of split this up so that maybe it's a little bit easier to read because I do have a lot of information here. Okay, so that's the syllabus. What I'm going to do to communicate with you is I'm going to do this as a series of announcements. And the reason I'm doing that is because there isn't a feature of Canvas that allows me to email the class. So I'm going to do announcements instead. So here's my first announcement right here. So actually did set up an email and I sent all of this right here. So these are all the things that I want you to do for the first day of school. And then this is what I'll do going forward. So I've already posted the announcement for the first week of school. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an announcement that says this is what we're doing this week. And I will have each of the days that we're meeting, and then I will describe briefly what we're doing that week. Okay, so if I continue to make my way along here, this is people, so this will tell you who is in the class. But what you really want to spend a lot of time here is modules. So what I've done is I have a series of modules. So the module is up here in this gray bar, and then all of these are the pages associated with that. I'm actually going to switch over to student view. So that will allow me to see what you're saying. So I have my maximizing student success. So there's an introduction here where you can find academic and personal support. I have class participation as skill building, recitation, something called augmented reality that we'll talk about, and how to earn extra credit in the course. My next module is the case studies that we'll be doing. So if you click on the first page, it will describe just sort of in general what we'll be doing with case studies. How do you access a program called ChemDraw, how to use the Microsoft Equation Editor. These are guidelines for submitting a case study, so you'll want to be looking at that. If I go back to modules, and then I have a module on each of our cases. So we're going to do 3 different cases over the course of a semester. So our first course is called Acute Aspirin Overdose. So here I have the case, a graphic, the due date, when I plan on having the help session. This is the link to the case itself. this is the link where you will submit your case study. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do is submit a team evaluation form. So here's the form, and this is how you submit it. And when all of the case studies have been submitted, what I'll do is I'll post a video on my YouTube channel where I'll give you feedback on the case. Okay, so let's go back to modules. The next thing that I have is I have modules for every chapter. And I'm going to show these 3 chapters first because this is what I call onboarding to the course. So biochemistry will incorporate aspects of chemistry and biology. You've had a lot of this material before, but it doesn't hurt for us to review it. So I have every chapter has a page associated with it. So chapter 1 is just a review. So I don't have too much here. I do have an outline. I have a chapter outline, and I also have a PowerPoint. I'm going to give us an immediate feedback assessment tool quiz, and there's no link here because those are the answers to the quiz. But as soon as we take the quiz, I'll post the answers there. All right, let's go back to modules. So for chapter 2, there's a little bit more involved. So again, in chapter 2, what I have is these are the sections we'll cover on the second day of class. So I have a graphic, I have a description of what we'll be doing, I have the date, and I have some reminders. And again, I have an outline of the chapter. And then I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to use in class. And then I also have a video on my YouTube channel. For example, if you had to miss class because you were sick or whatever, you would have access to that content. So let me go back to modules. So these, I've tried to have these go in order. So there will be the 2 sections of chapter 2, and then we'll do a series of POGIL activities. So POGIL is process-oriented guided inquiry learning, and I can explain to you more about that on the first day of school. But when we're going to do a POGIL activity, you will want to access this tab because usually the POGIL activities have been written for 75-minute classes, and we only have 50-minute classes. So that means you're going to have to do some homework. So this will tell you what the homework is. The POGIL activities themselves are in your manual, so you don't have to print it out, but maybe you went away for the weekend and you left your manual at school and you need access to your material, it'll always be accessible here. So when we do our in-class activity, I will give you a report sheet, and your team will fill out the report sheet, and then this is the assignment link that you'll use to submit it. Okay, let's go back to modules. So again, like I said, I tried to do all of these things in order. So we have chapter 3. So I feel like we don't really sort of get into the real meat of biochemistry until we get to protein structure. So that's why I've referred to these first 3 chapters as onboarding. So we'll spend a couple weeks, the first couple weeks of class onboarding. I think that's really important. So again, I've tried to put these pages in order of when we will cover them. So you can see that I have a module for every chapter. What else? Assignments. So I do have the links to the assignments on these pages, but this is another place where you can access those links. And these also should hopefully be in an order that makes sense. If it's not right now, I'll make sure that it is. We probably won't do too many online quizzes. Right now, the only quiz I have posted is not a quiz, but a survey, and that's a getting to know you survey. So here I've asked you a number of just short fill in the blank questions, and that's just a chance for me to get to know you before school starts. The other thing that this helps me with is I want to put you into groups. So I have solicited your feedback in terms of the people in the class that you might want to work with. I don't have any discussions set up. Actually, look, this looks like it's imported from last semester. So what I can do here is that we're getting close to an exam. I will set up discussions so that you can ask questions and then and get feedback. The grades that will, I'm not going to click on this right now, but the grades will populate as soon as I have something to grade. Hopefully we don't have to use the Zoom. Hopefully we'll be in person. I've set up the first day course materials because I believe our bookstore said I had to do that in order for you to have access to your textbook. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus. Actually, I think I'm going to go back to the announcements. So please read the two announcements that I've posted, both the things that you need to do before school starts, and just to have a heads up on what we'll be doing the first week of class. And again, this first week is onboarding. I think that's really important. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm looking forward to our time together. Enjoy what's left of the summer, and I will see you soon.